Oh man, do I love food. The LA Times even took notice after I ate at Hugo's nearly every day for 32 years. It was just blocks from my home in West Hollywood. And now I've moved to the Motion Picture and Television Fund here in Woodland Hills, and my obsession for good meals continue to simmer. Join me as I explore our food options here on the Wasserman campus. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce you to my wonderful guest this afternoon, Miss Renée Taylor. She's coming to us via New York. Renée, welcome to the Original Foodie.
Thank you.
Is it as warm in New York today as it is here? It's really...
Yeah, it's pretty warm. I have the windows open. I'm right across the street from Lincoln Plaza.
Okay. No, that's very nice.
I moved here so that I could go to the opera.
You enjoy the opera? Oh,
well, I love it, except now I have to see it on Zoom.
Yes, this Zoom has really, it's become a whole new invention for all of us. It really has been something. But I think, Renée, what I want to mention to our wonderful audience today is the incredible support that you continue to give to MPTF.
Thank you.
You know, if it wasn't for you and folks like you, you and I wouldn't be taking this time to talk to each other, quite honestly.
Well, on our committee to save the motion picture home a few years ago was my husband, Joe Bologna, Connie Stevens, Francis Fisher, Lainey Kazan, the president of the Screen Actors Guild, Alan Rosenberg, quite a few people. We marched and picketed when they were going to close the home because of lack of funds.
Right.
And so then somehow they started fundraising and they got them.
They got them, really. And knock on wood, I've been here, this is my 6th year. And, you know, there's no place like this anywhere at all.
No.
But I see that you have kept yourself active and you've been busy, and I'm pleased to let our folks know that you have a movie that's coming out.
Yes, called Tango Shalom. It's I play an Orthodox mother who her son is a rabbi, and he's Orthodox, and his rabbinical school is going to have to close for lack of funds. And God comes to him in a dream and tells him to dance the tango. And he says, well, how can I dance the tango when I can't hold a woman? And that's the problem of the movie and the solution. He figures out how to do that.
That's funny. That's very funny, Renée.
Thank you. It was directed by my son, and my husband, Joe Bologna, is in it. He plays a priest. Mm-hmm. And it was written by him and the Giannotto brothers, 2 brothers, and they're both in the movie. And it was so much fun. And we filmed it in Brooklyn, and it's in film festivals all over the country. And it won Best Film in India, Montreal, Toronto. So it's in Miami now. It's going to be in Brooklyn where it was filmed. So.
When do you think it comes out our way?
I don't know. It's got to play all the film festivals first.
Play the film festival.
Yeah.
Well, tell me something, Renée, with all of your adventures and your moving around and all of your, where you have performed and the comedy that you have done, I am sure that food has entered into this arena at some point.
Well, right now I'm on a diet that is working. It's called the intermittent fasting. Have you heard of that?
No, that's a new one. Tell us about that.
I don't know. You stop eating around 6 o'clock at night, and you don't eat again until like 6 o'clock in the morning. So you don't eat dinner, basically. You eat a big breakfast, a big lunch, but you don't eat dinner. And it's supposed to be very good for you, fasting.
Fasting is good. I have been there, and not of late. But no, I have had the pleasure. I have enough trouble on Yom Kippur. I mean, that's a tough one for me.
The thing is, you got to do it by choice, not because you have to. You have to have a mindset to do it, and you're not hungry. I'm not hungry at night. And then, like about twice a week, I go out for dinner, and I have dinner, and I have a glass of wine.
No, but what do you eat? Is it wide open? You eat whatever you want?
Well, I have fruits for breakfast, and I have I have smoked salmon, and I have like a kind of pumpernickel that's not really a pumpernickel, and I have Foodie instead of butter. It's made from tofu.
Right.
And for lunch, I have a salad or some vegetables, and then I don't eat dinner.
And how long have you been doing this now?
A couple hours. Kidding. No, about a month. About a month. And I keep my weight because I travel all over the country doing my play, which is called My Life on a Diet. And it's about what I was eating at different points of my life. And I always thought if I ate a certain way, if I ate like Marilyn Monroe, I'd look like her. If I ate like Grace Kelly, I'd look like her. And it almost worked.
It almost worked. No, that's very funny. That's very funny. You eat then practically what you like to eat for the most part. You keep away from, trash food and sweets and that kind of stuff.
Except once in a while, I have like a piece of chocolate.
Uh-huh.
Once in a while, I have a glass of wine. If you give yourself a treat once in a while, then you won't binge. Well, I won't anyway. If I can have a treat, it's when I didn't give myself a treat that I would just go crazy and binge.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we have to. I try to keep myself here. I mean, it's so tough. When I first got here in 2015, I started to eat everything, and the desserts just really do a number. And before I turned around, I was walking around, with 20 pounds of more weight than I had entered in.
Mm.
So I've gotten rid of so much of that. And no, it takes about, 30 days, they tell us, before you set a new habit, whatever that habit is going to be.
Uh-huh.
And, but I've been into, for the greater part of my life, fruits, vegetables, fish, and chicken.
Oh.
And that's the way I go.
Uh-huh.
There was a time when I was in my early 20s, when I was a true American, and I ate everything. Oh my Lord. But in my late 20s, I turned around my intake, and it really works. It does make a total difference on your whole life and doing and getting involved. And the good fortune, as I say, coming here, and I'm quite taken by the food here. I think.
You eat in the dining room?
Well, we're going to. It's just, thank you for mentioning that, because it's just going to start. Actually, the facility, the cottages, now they've started.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the lodge, and the lodge will start on Monday.
Uh-huh.
So we will start full 3 meals a day in the dining room. And is slowly starting to open up, because we were, when all of this thing started, we were shut down. There were no visitors. I'm a walker by trade. I walk twice a day. I walk after breakfast and after lunch. As a matter of fact, I'll walk when we finish. I will do my afternoon walk.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's always been my lifestyle. I'm not a gym rat. And I'm a bit of a swimmer. I do like to swim, but
Well,
walking.
they have a wonderful pool there.
Oh, the pool is gorgeous.
We raised a lot of money, and we could raise more if that's what the home needs. We'll do it.
Well, that's very nice, and I know that the home never turns away from that because that is the way that we're able to exist here, and without that kind of donation, contributions, fundraising affairs, it can be very difficult here. And there's about 250 of us here now.
That's great. That's really great.
Yeah, there's, as you well know, there's nothing like it anywhere in the world.
Over the years, I have visited my friends there. A lot of well-known people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you've been back in New York now for a while. Do you come out this way or plan to come out?
Yeah, I'm going to come out and I'll come by and visit you.
Well, that would be a wonderful thing.
My son's out there, so I'm going to come out.
I had the pleasure of talking to Gabriel. Yeah.
Did you?
Yes. Because it was, well, through, what was it, Ed Losey, and Gabriel, and then Gabriel to you and you to me.
Yeah.
That was the plane I took. But no, I would love to see you here. Would love to. I'll follow through and see if there's anything I might be able.
Out there, I'll call you and we'll have lunch together at the home. It would be nice to do that.
That would be a pleasure. That would be an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
I would love to see you. No, absolutely. So
all the people who are watching you now on the closed television there.
They are watching. It is our lunch hour now. Now we run the show. There are those folks that are in their rooms and stay. So we have quite an audience. I did my show, My Life on a Diet there, and it was wonderful. They were a wonderful audience in your auditorium. They were a wonderful audience, very responsive. Yeah, no, I would imagine. Now, are you planning to go out to do the show? Yes, now, everything is closed down until next year. But next year I'll begin my tour again. I played out there at Beverly Hills, and I'll probably come out to Laguna. In Beverly Hills, well, there's the Cannon Theater, and sometimes I played. This time with my show, I played. The post office was made into the Annenberg Theater. The Annenberg Theater, of course. Yes. That was a lot of fun. No, that's very nice. Well, that's sensational. Well, we would, needless to say, love to see you out there. Thank you. I lived in Beverly Hills for 42 years. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. And, well, you're truly a native. Well, I was born in the Bronx. Yeah. And after I got married to my husband, Joe Bologna, we moved out there when my son was starting kindergarten. Uh-huh. So we moved to Beverly Hills because at that time they said that's the best school in the country, Beverly Hills. I don't know how it is now. I don't know. I've been, I left high school winter 57. I went to Fairfax High School, which that was my alma mater. And it was, full of our landsmen. It was 99% Jewish. As a matter of fact, during the high holy days, they would rent out the auditorium, to the local synagogue. But I was very active at Fairfax High School, and it's still around. And were you an actor? No, I represented people. I did my thing in 1963 when I became a talent agent. Wow. And, where were you at? What company? Well, there were several. You probably have heard of Abby Gressler. Are you kidding? He was my first agent when I was in the Jerry Lewis movie. He got me the job. Well, Abby was one of the agents that I worked with. He was, we became friends, and until he passed away, we were friends over the years. And I knew. I went to his house. He showed me around. I have a funny story about him. Go
He said,
ahead.
"You see that painting? That's $12 million. You see this one is $4 million." He said, "Now I'm going to take you into my kitchen. Look at my freezer, all the meat I have." I said, "Well, you've made it. You've made it."
Yeah, that's Abby. No, Abby had a lovely home, and he had a projection room.
Uh-huh.
And we would, he would have guests over on Saturday nights, and we would see 2 movies. Even when I started with Abby, movies were then 90 minutes. But then as they went on, they became, 2 hours or less, or a little more. But he still showed 2 movies.
So you know what Jerry Lewis said about him? Jerry Lewis said, who are you with? I said, Abby Breshner. He said, oh, he's a lousy son of a bitch. He said, but he might be a good agent for you.
Yeah. Well, they were together. He had, when I was there, he started Ben Casey, Vince Edwards and Ben Casey, and he had David Jansen for many years and Tony Randall for many years. And when they were doing Odd Couple, Tony and Jack Klugman, Jack saw what Abby was doing for Tony, and he said, Abby, I've got to come to your office. Abby was a very special guy. He was an incredible negotiator. And whatever Abby wants, Abby got. He was good. So that was my entree. I went to other agencies after that, and then went to work for a personal management company where I saw personal management and how important it could be. And I was working for a guy who handled actors, and most of the personal managers in those days represented groups and singers, but not actors. So I worked with Fred Rayfield for a while, and then opened up my own business, Philip B. Gittleman Personal Management, and did that for 45 plus years.
Yeah. There isn't a manager or an agent in Hollywood that I wasn't with. William Morris, CAA, and sometimes you'd go back, because the agents from William Morris would go to CAA and you'd go back. And then they'd leave and they'd go back, and you'd go back and forth. Sure. It was funny.
Sure. No, it's not. The scene is, it's been a little crazy of late. But there are more managers now than there have been in years, because as a manager, you can spread your wings and you can produce with your clients and get involved. Whereas an agent, the laws are very clear. You're to seek employment, and that's simply where it's at. Avi Reshler was, God bless him. I'll never forget him as long as I live.
Hey, Phil.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, Bob.
Hey, Phil, it's Bob. I just wanted to say hello to Renee.
Please.
How are you, Renee?
Bob, how are you? Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It sounds like you've had relationship problems with your agents.
No, they would move. They'd say, we're moving now, so we'd move.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to get to say hi to you before Phil wraps it up for the next show.
And I just have to say, your whole background and everything, you are gaga gorgeous. I'm loving all of it. Hi, Phil.
Hello,
Phil, but sorry, Renee kind of takes it today.
That's all right. It's my pleasure.
It was fun to be here with you, and I'm going to come out there again when I get back to California.
We look forward to seeing you. Take care.
Take care. Congratulations on your Oscar. What a great thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what I would love to do, Renee, quickly, I want to introduce you to everybody that's part of the next show. Harry's Poetry Hour is up next. Harry, you want to say hi to Renee?
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
We have our Vice President of Legal Affairs. That's Sharon. Sharon's part of the Poetry Hour today.
Hi.
Our Chief Development Officer, Courtney Bailey, also part of Poetry Hour today.
Hi, Renee.
And of course, you know Bob Beecher.
Yes, many years.
Yeah, for many years.
So the rest of us are going to turn our cameras off for just a moment because Phil has a signature sign-off that we want him to be able to do.
Okay.
All right. And then, Renee, just again, thank you for being with us. Phil, why don't you take it away, and we will start Poetry Hour right after that.
Bye, Renee.
Bye, Bob.
Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Renee, I just want to, again, thank you so much for
My
taking the time. It's my pleasure to make your acquaintance and chat with you. And I just would like to sign off by saying, till we eat again.
We shall be in a few minutes. Bye.